Hello and welcome back once again to the grand finals here for the ESL ESEA Pro League, and it seems that we have unleashed the beast after Cobble. We have seen Cash just kind of Fnatic destroying Cloud9. I'm going to use that word. I think that's the right term to use.
Yeah, I risked my life getting a picture of Wolfmeister, tweeted it. You guys can check it out there. But it was real dangerous work.
Cheeky bit of self-promotion.
Real dangerous.
Cheeky bit of self-promotion.
What a plugger.
Yeah, start with you then, Natu. Start with you. 12 rounds on T. Talk to me about that.
I mean, if you look things solely from a Cloud9 perspective, I thought they made some sketchy decisions on their economy, especially when it was like 1-4, 1-5-ish. There was a situation where Cloud9 had about 4K. They decided to go on a buy, have all calls, and I think one for Moss even. They pushed 3B, that didn't pay out at all, and then it was a landslide from there on out. When you have a player like SCII, even though I think he was the best player on the team, even on this map, without an op for the most part of it, you have an opper with as much skill as SCII, you just want to make sure he has an op.
And actually, there's a point that we overlooked in what we were trying to discuss here is all day we've been talking about how Cloud9 are so good at using their nades, using their gear, basically to shut down their opponents, to clear out portions of the map. And because they were constantly on these force buy situations, super light on nades, they never got to put that into play. Not only Scott not having an op, but not having any nades, not having any Molotov, smokes, flashes. What you need is CT basically to hold the terrorists at bay. That never happened for
that was their bread and butter for most of this tournament.
Yeah, and we talked about SCII, but kind of have to highlight how rough of a game actually Shroud had, especially on that first half. He was basically gone. He was so dominant the first game and the first map that they need him to bring that power and that star power and just pure aim and outskill players like Olaf in situations. Like, he has to be on point.
And if you're not going to have that op for Ska, you need your other riflers to be stepping it up, right? Nothing as well was just a little bit lackluster. So I think it was across the board. Confidence got smacked early on there for Cloud9, and they might have even outgamed themselves mentally going into Cash.
Yeah, that's the question I want to propose is, we've seen Cloud9 be consistently strong on Cash. Was this the same Cloud9 that went up against Envious twice?
Oh, is this the... I think
on
it's the
Cash,
case of... it is the Cloud9. It's the same Cloud9, but... Okay, you know what I'm remembering right now, which is kind of funny? DreamHack went to 2013 semifinals when they played against you. And they constantly tried they out-mind game themselves because they studied these demos. They're like, this is what they're going to do. And then they tried to change up their game so much that they didn't even remember how to play their game anymore, right? And I'm wondering if that's what happened here on Cash. Sean Gares is thinking, well, okay, what's Pronax going to do? What's he going to do to outsmart us? And
right.
There's one difference between Envy matches and this. When you think about it, they started on T side against Envy on both occasions. They started on T side on Cobble as well, and they really got to dictate the pace of the game. And I can see that being one of the differences. It seems like they seem to be more comfortable starting on the T side, really just like playing that side first and then going to defense afterwards. I don't know, could be part of it.
It's actually a really interesting thought.
Yeah, kind of also once you know how many T rounds you have, what you have to do, if you...
How to play it.
On the CT side, if you have to save, if you have the opportunity or not, which is it's a big deal. And as you mentioned, I think that could be a key point.
Yeah, that's when you really start thinking about when you need to really force, when should you double save and stuff like that. That when you start on CT, you sort of have more wiggle room. You can think, we still got the second half to play, all that stuff. So maybe we'll do this, take this risk, and it may pay off and stuff like that. But when looking back at this, one thing for Cloud9 to learn is, don't do that. Make sure you have SCII on the op.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Also, another thing to remember, because we touched on Shroud, the big star there for the first map for Cloud9. We have to mention Wolfmeister. This is why you don't poke the bear, I think is what she said. Don't piss off Wolfmeister because then he just walks in and starts getting entries all over the place. You just can't kill this guy once he starts hitting shots. It's early on, he was 9-0-2 by the 5th round or something crazy like that. So, right, Cloud9 they mentioned yesterday, Jordan right there, right? He's we can't outskill Olaf. If it's going to come down to an aim battle, we're going to have trouble.
We don't want to miss the knife round. I'm just thinking.
Oh, yeah, okay, go ahead. But Olafmeister, keep your eye on him for this next map.
Okay, time for your casting team. Not going to get the names wrong. D-Man, Moses, Anders, DeMao, Zanders.
Wow.
was wondering if he was going to go for it.
It's got to become Sonic Cow. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ninth round. It is going to be on Overpass, and Semler pretty much just said it right there. Keep your eye on Olaf Meister. Just had a storming game in the last matchup. Angry Olaf is a very impressive Olaf to watch, but, well, looks like barring anything crazy.
It's like you're trying to fight some of those there's raid bosses in later versions of World of Warcraft where you have to, like, if you do too much damage, then, you know, they go mad and they spawn all sorts of ads.
Rage,
you know?
I believe, is the phrase.
Exactly. So you gotta keep him low, but you know, not too aggressively, otherwise he'll get mad. There's like someone has to pull out a strat like that, like at Olafmeister rage meter. Can we get that?
Well, it's all right because we're on a boosting map right now, so let's see how this one goes on Overpass. Obviously, Fnatic, well, we're all too familiar of exploits they've done in the past on this one, but how are Cloud9 on this map overall? What have you been seeing to them over in North America? Because we haven't really seen too much of Overpass from them so far.
Yeah, it's not a map that they're going to choose. You know, obviously they haven't really had to play at this tournament whatsoever. They actually got beat by Keatstars on it, one of Keatstars' better maps. They rely a lot on Skadoodle, to be honest with you. I mean, a match that they played against Liquid on it earlier in the season, Skadoodle was just a one-man army, and he's got to be effective inside these bomb sites. There's a lot of places that you can place him as an AWPer, whether it's in bathrooms or over towards long A, but what it really boils down to is an aggressive defense at this A bomb site, out into bathrooms, pushing out towards long, and being able to fall back while getting a kill and staying alive. And that's something that Cloud9 struggled with on Cash. They were getting beat up early on.
If Skadoodle can afford that, or if they can keep the economy, if they can win that game, which they definitely didn't do on Cash, I imagine that has to be a big factor for them here. But I'm interested to see how Fnatic is going to play this one out. Looks like they are going to be starting on the terrorist side, and they seemed really well prepared on Cash. Good chance they'll be just as prepared on Overpass.
Well, they played that stellar game against TSM on it. That was unbelievable watching them. I mean, they have a very scary, very, very scary Overpass. So a tall task for Cloud9, especially after the beatdown they just took. What kind of state are they going to be in? Are they going to be focused? Are they going to be, you know, if they go down early, are they going to be able to bring themselves back?
I mean, one of the things I enjoyed the most earlier in this tournament, and we do just have a bit of a delay in the start here, was actually listening to Cloud9 and seeing how good they were at getting initial frags and then quickly calming the home team down and saying, okay, let's relax, let's think this over. Whether they were on the terrorist or CT side, there's a lot of rounds earlier in this tournament where on the T side, Cloud9 would get a good entry frag into a bomb site, and they were close to the bomb site with the whole team, so you'd think, okay, maybe now they would just like rush in, but actually they slowed it down. They say, okay, we still have 1 minute and 10 seconds left, let's go back, let's think this over. Then they rotate back to another bomb site, maybe even back again, but they really, you know, they don't just lightly walk in. I want to see that level of composure on Cloud9 again, and that has to obviously be like a full team chemistry thing, but I think Sean's leadership, as much as his calling, is going to be put on the spot here. They need that the full team feeling where everyone is listening to each other and no one's just going to go off and do anything crazy.
They need to try and keep the calm as well in the comms. You know, obviously, at the end of the day, it is a final. They're going to have some serious adrenaline dumps when it gets to this stage. You know, they've got to realize we need to keep it calm, guys. What got us here in the first place? You know, yes, we won the first map, and the adrenaline was probably like pumping through them for that second map, and then suddenly they get absolutely dumpstered. You have to sort of have a bit of a reality check, get yourselves back into it. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Cloud9 versus Fnatic. It is the third map, and we're into the pistols. Cloud9 starting out on the CT side, and Fnatic, of course, on the T, on the attack.
This is a bit unusual. 4 people walking up in through connector, and they're probably going to get flashed in as they come up here. They should be flashed in at any rate. And that's walking in naked so far. Skadoodle there getting a lot of damage on him already. Trying to see if he can fall back. It looks like Fnatic are making their way in through, and he's missing a couple of shots. You just can't do that. Those should have been straight headshots. Otherwise, that's not going to work out. Sean Guess already half HP as well. And Fnatic with a one-man lead. Looking good early on here for the Swedish team. And Crims will take down Sean finally. Freaker Sword fighting Shroud. Going to try and come in and help out. And it's currently a 2v4 as Olaf Meister does go down. And with the bomb down here, it's going to be a very tough retake for Cloud9.
He's going to be able to find the bomb planter. Now it's down to a 2-on-2, and Crimson Flusher, this is planted perfectly for them, which is going to keep it tricky for Cloud9. They're going to have to go for these challenges. Someone's going to have to push up. Flusher's going to find the shot, though. And that'll be Freakazoid going down. Shroud the last man. Easy for Flusher in the end there as he gets himself a quick double. And they try and pick up any expensive pistols. Didn't really see any there, so they didn't collect any. But it's going to be an AK, so quick foils coming out. And JW, he's gone for it again, hasn't he?
Yeah, another shotgun for him. That pistol strat just came to... Cloud9 had that triangle of doom, that triangle defense set up right for exactly what Fnatic did. I don't know if that's something that they studied and they saw that Fnatic liked to send some players up those stairs. It wouldn't surprise me, but that triangle they had set up to stop it just didn't do enough damage.
No, I mean, a couple of missed shots, and especially if you're on the CT side in the pistol round with that USPS, you really can't afford to miss those shots. You have, they're that close, you miss 1 or 2 shots, you're going to get locked down eventually. So, a bit unfortunate, but Cloud9 back with the armor and 4-5-7s here in a single CZ 75. So, seems like that Deagle hasn't really caught on the same way in NA, because in the European team, we actually do see a lot of teams now buying Deagles left and right.
Something alerted Cloud9 because 3 people just rotated straight from B straight up to A site, and obviously instead Olaf and JW just came around the back and got themselves some easy kills there. JW collecting the 2 and switching up to that MP9 he's got in his hand, but something alerted them early on that they went quick for a retake. Everybody set up that triangle defense. The question is the bomb going to go this way? Pronax we can see just outside of restrooms, but the rest of his team, they are looking to go for a B take.
Yeah, and they had a lot of time to poke and prod, so they can try and figure out this stack. They haven't seen it quite yet, but here's the thing. Flush is scouting out B, and he's not going to see anyone, so I'd expect any minute for his team to come back towards this B bomb site.
Well, they're going to have
it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late. They're going to have to go in. If this works out for Cloud9, it's going to be nuts. If this bomb dies, it's a big issue. 14 seconds left. Shroud gets both the kills, turns around. It's a 1v2, gets a kill, and that's it. Now all he has to do is to hide, and he will win the round. Flusher coming up from behind. Shroud with a triple kill, and Cloud9 right back in it. What a fight.
Wow, Shroud goes huge. Is he going to get the 4th at the end? That doesn't matter. And that was, well, Fnatic running the clock down. Cloud9 had decided, okay, let's just commit to this 8th play, but look at this from Shroud, coming around the side, picking himself up the triple, and just running for his life.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a miscommunication, perhaps, but Flusha not fast enough with the time that was left in the round, and a beautiful stack by Cloud9. Fnatic walks right into it, so they salvage a lost pistol round into a 2nd round win.
Interesting setup this time. Fnatic going with a double AK. A little bit of force going on here, but there's double scouts coming out. Sean and Skadoodle both under the edge. Sean holding it A long, Skadoodle back at A. So both those over there. Instead, they've got the 3-man stack, Cloud9 on B site. And this is exactly where Fnatic are looking to hit. And when it's going to be SMGs and FAMAS ready and waiting for them. Shroud with that M4 at Toxic should be able to pop heads if they come through Monster.
Olaf going to check all the way around, and I actually suspect Olaf checks that position, because when Fnatic were playing TSM on this map, Dupree kept holding that, and he got a bunch of kills from that position. So I think Fnatic are tired of dying from people hiding around that angle. Shroud and Freakazoid going to be holding the bomb site, and it's not going to be too easy for them to hang on here either. They've got a 1 scout, and then... Oh, sorry, 1 M4 and then 1 MP7, and a full set of Fnatic members coming in. Instant headshot from JW. If Freakazoid goes down here, they lose so much control in this B-bomb site, and it's going to be very tough to retake. Freak has to stay alive, but he's going to go down to Flusher, and I think he should have tried to just hide there and waited for his teammates if possible at all. Yeah,
it's an automatic save call as well. You're exactly right. Once he went down, no control. It allows Pronax to get aggressive in the water underneath the balcony, and there's no opportunity for a retake, especially with 2 scouts. So Sean and Skadoodle are going to have to hope that Fnatic lets them save this, but Olafmeister spots him. He's on a quick flank, and they're even cordoned in from T-spawn.
Oh, managed to get the tank down on him. Sean's trying to hold off down the bottom of long, but they're all pushing on through the restrooms. They're just trying to keep them at bay. Bomb's about to explode. There's still plenty of time. Pronax, is he going to risk it? Sean Garris does find one. He puts his back to him, spins around. JW will get it, but that was costly in the end for Fnatic as they tried to close it out.
And here's the question, does Cloud9 now force buy? Because we've seen it go back and forth, neither team wanting to lose early control of the economy. They have a FAMAS, they have a scout to work with. There's no reason why they shouldn't be force buying.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. I definitely think they should force here. We're still within the first 5 rounds, and you shouldn't be giving them up too easily right now. The strength of Cloud9 early when they were playing against Fnatic was that they didn't seem to respect them that much. They just, did whatever they felt like and were very aggressive and tried to take all the fights. And right now they seem to have a lot more respect. And Fnatic, they might be playing right into that here. It's going to be a 3v4, though. They've done some decent damage to the Fnatic team. And nothing trying to come up from behind. Pronax going to go down to Sean. And the bomb has been planted. Easy kill for Skadoodle there. Now it's just 2 Fnatic members left. They do have a lot of health and armor. And JW is going to be alone. Cloud9, if they win this round, it's going to swing back in their favor once again. And JW hiding in a 1v3 gets 1 sprays and not going to connect with nothing. And a big victory for Cloud9. And how did Fnatic even lose that round?
Yeah, just some great shots. You mentioned the damage that was done. I mean, one player swings out towards Monster and gets an instant dink, so his health is low, and that scout from long range is able to clean up on him, but nothing. Coming outdoor, having control of short, eliminates one of the angles that Cloud9 has to worry about on the retake.
Oh, back and forth. That's not going to be good for either's economy. Cloud9 will be the ones that are going for rifle. It is going to be a bit of a quasi to pull Semler into this one. It is his favorite term, and it actually fits perfectly for exactly what this buy is. Look at JW with the AWP, but then there's a CZ75 and Flusher and Pronax with the Tech 9 and Galil and an AK. It's all over the place right now. Well, let's see what they're going to do, though. Skadoodle has got that AWP. He was actually fairly aggressive, went up tight. Sean Gers instead, meanwhile, will cover him off as he backs away. So they've got this A site covered off. Nobody really looking at long, but they did manage to catch a glimpse on the cross. Crims is going to be the first man they find. He's just going to come creeping around this corner right into Sean Gers and Skadoodle. They know that they're there. They know it's the A stack. Shroud and nothing. Haven't rotated. Freakazoid just sitting in that middle angle, ready and waiting to go around. He's going to find Olafmeister.
Oh, this is a very bold move from Sean, just moving out like this alone where they've just checked it. It means if they come back, they might not realize that he's going to be there. Skadoodle is going to get the kill on Pronax. I don't think they have any way of knowing, and Sean's going to spray down one, but he misses. Oh no, Olafmeister, they actually shot 3 people right as he's about to get the kill. I actually think that was fairly intelligent movement from Sean. He just, I mean, if there had only been one person there and he instantly gets the kill, that's actually a very smart idea. But they still are in a pretty decent position here, Cloud9, as Crims is very low. Olaf is also tagged up a bit, and they know it's going to be an A push now. Only 20 seconds left, but they can't stop the plant. Oh, they get the kill on the bomb planter, and Skadoodle ends up going down anyway. It's nothing in Shroud left. It's going to be a 2v3, and nothing making its way up. They've got a crossfire, and it works perfectly here for Fnatic. Well played. They set it up so that there's not even a chance for a retake.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. A great setup. Yeah, these rounds just going 1-1-1 and 1, like back and forth. But they set it up perfectly, Sean and Skadoodle. So much trust between them to alter their positions, trusting the other one to cover the off angle. But really, Fnatic, it was the one Molotov thrown onto Freakazoid that flushes him out of position. It puts him right into the crosshairs of JW's op. So a great execute onto that A site. Fnatic has finally taken control of the economy. No one on Cloud9 buying up, just upgrading the pistols.
Speaking of Freakazoid, I don't think he's actually killed anyone yet, so he's also having a rough start to this game.
Yeah, it's not the best of starts for him. 6 rounds in already. You've just got to... I mean, that entire round was on Sean Gers. It's like he missed that spray down. He could have got himself a double, maybe even a triple. Even just one would have been enough, just to give the information and put a little halt into the push. But that put them in a real tricky situation, having to go for the 2-2 defense. And, well, Sean, once again, in the same position, but it is just pistols this time around. So Fnatic playing it for the time. This did come and bite them in the backside last time around. They didn't quite have enough time to get that plant down, and they've just got to hope that maybe Shroud can go huge like he did before in the pistol.
Yeah, and Fnatic playing this very cautiously, very far back. A pop flash catches Olaf, but Sean doesn't peek with it. I don't know if that's miscommunication. And there's Crims opening things up. Olaf is not going to find Sean, but Sean swings out. He gets that kill with the 5-7, so down to a 4-on-4, but the bomb's over at B, and there's no defense here from Cloud9.
Yeah, it's just going to be nothing dropping down into pit, but he's only got the P250 in hand. The bomb plant from Pronax will come in a moment. Nothing might be able to catch him out. It does manage to dink the one there. That was Flusher just around the side pillar. Now he's going to try and get a second. Actually, he got a good tag on him. All this is happening. Skadoodle's coming around the backside. A Monster manages to find JW. While that's happening, Sean Gers gets Crims. And now Pronax is the only man standing. He's off at the side. He's got a molly. This could be perfect to stop this defuse. He tosses it out there. That's going to slow things down. Tries to buy him time. Skadoodle will get him and the AWP. Have they got time? They're just going to sit and burn. Sit and burn. He goes down. They all go down. Pronax gets all 3 of them with the molly. Oh my God, Cloud9, what is happening?
You don't see that too often.
That's a soul-destroying round.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing they could have done, but
save the op at least. Don't jump into the fire. You know once that goes away, you don't have time for the defuse, but save that op.
That's the sort of round where you're going to be fighting internally. But now right into the next round here. No pause at all. Skadoodle trying to fall back quick. He is flashed and getting shot in the back a little bit. Sean Gers down in connector as well. And look at this opening. Freakazoid. Nothing coming into it. And by the way, that P250 shot in the last round from nothing was incredibly smooth. I've rarely seen anything quite like that. To play around that smoothly and then to give it up by having 3 people burn alive.
Oh, well, we're down to a 2-on-4. This is still very close stuff. Freakazoid off on the side. Is he got one kill. He's got one kill, guys. It's all right. He's not sitting on a 0 right now. Nothing's actually going looking. He's gone all the way around the back of them, and he may actually find Crimson in a moment as he comes his way. Did just catch a glimpse as he jumped, and that's going straight into his aim path. I don't think he was expecting anyone to be back around there. Pronax all alone with a bomb. Will get a nice shot onto nothing. Not over yet. He's going to head back over towards A, but he's going straight in towards Skadoodle. He's got his sights trained on this restroom. That grenade right on his head. Look at that. Takes him down to 17. But that gives all Cloud9 information they need. Pronax, 26 seconds. Got to try and do some hero play here. Not really going to work out for him.
No, they have no incentive to try and go for him. I mean, why wouldn't they just wait until he tries to put the bomb down here? They got 3 people coming in for it as well. I actually thought that grenade was going to kill Skadoodle. It looked like it was going to do a bit more here. And Pronax, pretty much out of time at this point, you're right.
It's another Pronax molly. Run, people, run. Don't let him get you again. But this time, the back and forth rounds continue. And Cloud9 do pick themselves up their 3rd round. And more importantly, it steadies them a little, just a little, economy-wise. And Fnatic are going to have to go for a pistol.
Yeah, this can be equally as dangerous, though, if they upgrade them as well. But very, very low on money is Fnatic. But Cloud9, you're exactly right. That stabilized the economy just a little bit. Now they can build up some of these nades, and we've talked about it many, many times. Once they start getting them, once they can rebuy them, they become a very, very frightening team.
It looks like Fnatic are just going to try and go for a play that essentially allows them to get the bomb down here. One good flashbang. Even with Glocks, you can overwhelm a single player playing here. There is going to be 2 and a 3rd one nearby, so... But still, a bomb plant right now would be great for Fnatic. I think that's all they really want out of this round. Shroud going to get a good double spray down. Freakazoid is there as well, and look like they might be able to deny the plant here anyway, as it's going to be Crimson Flusher left, and another kill happening. Cloud9 losing way too many members for this round, and the bomb plant as well. This round is already a big success for Fnatic. If Flusher gets more, it'll be a little bit tricky. They know kind of where he is, and he ends up dropping.
So all square, 4-4. Cloud9 dragging themselves back into it after that. What could have been, you know, potentially a real game-tilting moment of 3 of them dying in that Molotov from Pronax. Something that just shouldn't happen. Skadoodle had picked himself an AWP as well in that situation, which was real mind-blowing. But this isn't as easy as we were expecting. We thought Fnatic may well run away with this one, just like they did on Cash, but Cloud9 definitely have quite a few rounds up their sleeve, and more importantly, they've been reading fairly well into what Fnatic are doing.
And I'm loving this aggressive setup by the bathrooms from Cloud9. I'm so happy to see that they're not going to stick around and spawn and just wait it out. I think they need to put pressure on Fnatic and at least make them fight and spend their own time before they can actually get into an execute towards the A-bomb site. And that's what they're doing right now. So a lot of credit to Cloud9 for trying this out. And also with nothing playing close to the connector here, they're going to be mobile to swing into defend either bomb site. So it isn't too bad anyway.
Skadoodle missing the opening shot there around Party, I think it was. JW and Crims pushing in. He talked about that spot that they've been checking. Sean Gez has just got himself tucked around the corner. And if they do pop flash him, Skadoodle's got the cover, just got a glimpse of the head there, did he? He's going to smoke off the left side, so make sure he doesn't get pushed around the right. Is he going to go for the repeat? Nothing's going to come. Is there going to be a boost coming from them? No, just gives him the cover he needs. But Sean Gez possibly should have come out on top in that duel. And Pronax with the kill. Now 4 members stacked up around restrooms. It looks like it's going to be a strong long A push, but nothing's in a great spot.
They actually executed this strategy against TSM. This looks like their bank strategy where they smoke off the site and they push all members towards bank to get the bomb planted. They smoke it in a vertical line across the bomb site.
Oh, good shot from nothing, but he still goes down to the grenade, and Freakazoid going to pick up a kill on Pronax. It's now looking great right here for Cloud9. JW with 4 health left, and surely he can't survive this engagement. Freakazoid going to take him out for a triple kill, and great job on Freak there. Honestly, that position in the corner where nothing was in the beginning, whenever I come down that long hallway there, I always think, this is great. Like, they're not going to be checking, but I've never seen a pro player not check that corner. I think all the time someone is going to be looking there, so I'm kind of glad he switched it up, even if he almost got caught.
Just going to be a couple of upgraded pistols for Fnatic here. They're going to be trying to stack out a sight, maybe try and catch Shroud off. Shroud managed to spray them down last time. It's Freakazoid, actually, that will be challenged, but nothing. Rattling those shots through the door may well give him pause for thought, but it is just a single 1-for-1 trade once again for Freakazoid. Not having the greatest of starts here, and Shroud will only get a 1-for-1 trade as well. Now the rotate come from Cloud9. Fnatic once again, just with pistols, being able to take B site.
Yeah, and it came down to Freakazoid swinging out too far. Nothing spotted them in the sewer, in the short sewer, and there's no reason for Freakazoid to commit to that fight. If you want to take an angle, grab a kill and fall back, but then he isolates Shroud all by himself.
Yeah, and again, off the back of a single flashbang, nothing going to be walking up behind, and we'll get that kill on Pronax, which is critical, and that's going to drop that bomb right at his feet. So Olofmeister and Crims are going to be left, and wow, simultaneous kills almost coming in there from Sean and Skadoodle. It's going to give them a 6-4 lead right now. Honestly, with the change to the A bomb site that they made a while ago, I kind of expect Terra's teams to be picking up a bunch of rounds on this on the T half here. I think right now Fnatic should be gunning for around 7 rounds, and if they don't get that, I'm not sure.
I mean, Cloud9, we just saw it there. Cloud9 are looking weak on B. There's no doubt about it. Like, every time they've gone for B, they've either got in and got the plant, or they've managed to clear out all the defenders there. So clearly it's something they've been looking at, but again, they're going to try 3-stack through party. Skadoodle might get caught out with his back turn, and he will go down. That's not a great start for Cloud9. Nothing's going to come up through connector, but Crim's had his angle on there. Sean Gez has also caught around. Nothing does manage to pop up and get one and quickly escape out the back door, but JW will track him down. And now it's into a 3v4. Really awkward for Cloud9 because they're kind of splintered across the map. Sean Gez is going to be the man that has to hold restrooms.
Yeah, he's all alone as well. He has no backup there. No one can even really get to him. He's so far pushed out, so he's in a position where he's got to go big for his team, or he could just fall without any kind of response, but he does find that kill. He finds the timing onto JW. He's trying to get away. Fnatic has been doing a great job of trading these aggressive plays in bathroom.
Yeah, left and right. It actually looked like nothing was about to have a genius move there, because he actually sort of just, you know, shook off that grenade that put him on 35, went up and got the kill, and I thought he was going to escape, and that would have been really big, but now it's going to be Freakazoid walking in with a one-click there on Flusher, and he's going to be gone. So it's in a 2v2 with about 25 seconds. If this bomb drops, it could get really tricky. There's Freakazoid picking him a kill. He can't get the shot on Olofmeister, but 22 seconds. Shroud is rushing up here, and if Olof, he delays, that means Shroud is going to be really close. This plant is not going to be easy for Olof, but he will just hold it down ice cold, and Shroud now moving in to try and see if he can clutch this round. Smoke goes off once, and Olof is trying to hide in the back lines here. 13 bullets for Shroud. He's not been spotted yet. He's going to flash his way in and run the other way. He knows where Olof is, but he just can't get the eyesight on him. And there's the headshot. And with the kit, he's got plenty of time. 7-4. A big round for Shroud.
Well played by Shroud. We could see with the X-ray, obviously, how close those double taps were through the smoke. It was just fractions of a millimeter off. He knew the exact play, and that gives it 7-4 for Cloud9, and suddenly he's starting to post some pretty impressive CT side score here.
And Shroud alternating in the maps. Did so much on Cobblestone, almost invisible on Cash, and now he's back on Overpass. And even though he's not top fragging right now, that one round he had with a 5-7 was probably like one of the most heavy impact rounds we've seen all tournament. That was like absolutely nuts.
Crucial. And now finally as well, Cloud9, once they've... Oh, Crims, what a ridiculous shot. That's unbelievable.
And that's going to definitely put a dampener on things. The grenade went towards Monster, but we can see, certainly by the minimap, that wasn't their chosen direction. And instead, while getting that fantastic opening entry on Freakazoid, they've actually chosen to slow things down here, realizing that Cloud9 might heavily rotate into this one because they have hit B site so many times. I think Olofmeister in connectors going to potentially be a thorn in their side here as Sean Gez tries to eye up that site.
I'm curious about the fact that Cloud9 are still holding so defensively when they're a man down here. I'd love to see Sean try and push up all the way to the bottom of long here just to try and see if he can figure it out. I mean, with the double up setup, they are actually a bit more safe in standing still, but still, if you give Fnatic room to move around the whole map like they have right now, more often than not, it's gonna backfire.
And Flush is keeping 2 players over at the B bomb site. All the meanwhile, 4 players of Fnatic are entering into the A site.
Olofmeister's just come straight in there. They are starting to get the rotates on. They haven't managed to find anyone yet. So Cloud9 doing a good job at sitting passive, but they're fully smoked off the site. And now Olofmeister with the grenade. That's going to drop straight down at the feet. Skadoodle being kept away. And they're going to have to go for a save call. Yeah, I was going to say, they've got to have to back away from this one. They just had no way into sight. Well, there's 4 of them alive. They were just completely screened off.
Well, with 2 ops, too, it's virtually impossible to retake. All the choke points smoked off, flashed, all the attention of Fnatic. They got into that site for free, and now Cloud9 is being hunted, and it's going to be up to JW as the rest of the Fnatic team circles around. Flusha has them stopped from going anywhere else.
Skadoodle manages to find Olaf, but they are hunting down the rifles here. They may be able to creep around the side. Flusher will get another one down. They've managed to hold on to the 2 orbs, though. So that was really the important part for Cloud9. They've got enough to just buy themselves straight back into this one. They can pass off that weapon. But this was that ridiculous shot from Crims. Mid-air, popping that head of Freakazoid.
And then you have a minute and a half with Fnatic with the man advantage. It's just so hard to get a good read on that. You don't have the personnel. Like you said, the double op setup, they had to be a little bit more stationary with that kind of a defense. And they don't have the personnel to really go for any kind of information.
Yeah, because I mean, if they had someone pushed up to where around the birthday party area, they'd see no one from Fnatic, then at least they would know where to put the defense, or they would have had early warning when they rotated back around.
That was a nice little boost.
That was pretty clever. They did the run boost and launched him over so that no one would spot him crossing to the left of Monster.
And actually, if you look at the position on the minimap, they're all there. They were all looking at Monster, so they've no idea that this guy just got boosted to the left. And he's managed to find the first shot. They're all going to stack up for him. Doesn't get the second. That was an important one. And while nothing comes in with that pistol, he does just get a 1-for-1 trade in the end. But they were flashed up, held up. Olofmeister trying to wrap around the back, coming around from long. And that may well catch Skadoodle and Sean Gares off guard because they are trying to push on through here. Still, of course, the bomb on a long rotate from Pronax. It's going all the way around the backside. Skadoodle will try and find Olofmeister, but well, Olaf is coming out on top as he has done so often in this one. It's going to be a real awkward 3-on-2.
Yeah, grenade on down here, and once again, Cloud9, unless they get a very quick frag in this 3v2, they're going to have to save one more time. As soon as the bomb goes down, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. No kit picked up currently, and they're going to try and walk in here anyway. Bomb just about to go down, and Sean taking a fight with the FAMAS here, and doing a bit of damage, but then come the grenades. And again, they're going to be running out of time too soon here. I really wish they'd try and save what they have. Freakazoid with a good headshot there, but again, Fnatic just have to hold tight and not show themselves, and they're going to be out of time. Freakazoid with another kill, and now it's up to Pronax to hold it. It's actually very impressive that Cloud9 have made it this close. They spray, and Freakazoid gets the triple, and I think he does. He picks up a kit. That's an incredible clutch. Very unlikely, and maybe I would even say a little bit poorly handled by Fnatic.
A real good 3K from Freakazoid, no doubt about it. Like you say, poorly handled. They held the positions, they held the nerve, more importantly, for Cloud9. Great little push out from Blue.
That's crucial because that would have reset the economy for Cloud9 had they lost that round. That would have let Fnatic get to that, 6 or 7 rounds that you were talking about.
I am, by the way, going to have to see like a slow motion replay of how Shroud did not hit any of the 3 members that were basically right. That really looked insane.
Well, sometimes the AWP just doesn't do what the AWP is meant to do. Nonetheless, nothing going aggressive. Pushes out, gets JW. JW got Sean Gares at the same time. That was down at A long, and nothing actually caught a little off guard here. He's got Flusher pushing through the smoke straight into him. He's in a real awkward situation. Olofmeister's just running straight through to A site. They've passed each other. He managed to get the headshot on Flusher. I think that was in the smoke. And now that's actually distracted Olaf. He's had to stop, turn around. Freakazoid and Shroud being held at bay. And this is, again, another really strange 3v3 situation that, well, Freakazoid came out on top in the last time around. Pronax is going to go for that bomb plant, but Freakazoid's holding that HE grenade ready and waiting to go. He's tossed it out.
Well, there's a good headshot on Olofmeister there. That's nothing, picking it up and getting a triple kill. Currently, Freak going to be taking out Pronax, and it's up to Crims now in a 1v3. And again, another really good retake coming in here from the North American team. And there's Freakazoid spraying down Fnatic, who seem to be having a bit of an issue actually holding on to this plant once it's down. And honestly, this round, there's at least 2 or 3 times where nothing should have got killed real quick. He was actually a magician in this round. Over at long, as soon as he loses his teammate, he shouldn't be able to make it back to restrooms at all. They should be able to just overwhelm him, because there's almost no way they're going to be holding 3 people long. They knew he was alone, and Fnatic hesitated for just a second, allowed him to get back in. Then he wins the fight with Flusher in the smokes and goes back again and fights for Olofmeister as well. That was a crazy round from nothing.
Yeah, Cloud9's lucky actually to get away with a couple of those rounds because Olaf is wreaking havoc on this defense. He's taking the information 2 rounds in a row now and basically taking a bomb site all on his own. Look at Freakazoid getting aggressive. He's going to go down to Flusher. Nothing's going to swing out, and Flusher with the CZ is unbelievable. 2 kills for him.
I was just about to praise Freakazoid because you remember at the start, he was doing exactly that. And he was pushing out too aggressively and they were catching him off guard, even with just the CZs. Sean Gares is now going to try and do the counterplay. He's trying to push on through, but that gets smoked off quickly. But Freakazoid, he started off, I think he had 1 kill for the first 5-6 rounds. Now he's actually quite high up there. He's quite managed to get himself 13 kills. But again, he just goes back to old ways and gets caught out. Maybe trying to switch things up. Oh, Sean, this is not going to go your way. He's going to come on round, find himself JW, sat ready and waiting. Shroud will manage to back away. He certainly has turned up on this map. But Skadoodle finds himself in a situation. Olofmeister just coming around the back of him. Shroud's going to keep them at bay, but look at this wraparound coming out. Crim's Flusher all coming their way. I think Shroud's realized it, but, well, he's going to have to go superhero mode now because force by pistols, whatever you want to call it, there was just a couple of Galils, but it was the CZ75s that did the damage in this round.
Honestly, when you look at the way Overpass is playing this map, it sort of almost throws you back to the way that GetRight has been playing in, like, you know, middle, like all throughout 2013 into the beginning of 2014 even. Just the confidence to walk around the map while the rest of your team is fighting somewhere else and just giving your team so many openings, whether it's walking up and getting the kills or just getting the information that they can safely rotate on over and put the bomb down. Super half as well for Olofmeister, but 9-6. I'm actually not that impressed by Fnatic's T-half here. I think they could have got away with a lot more. Maybe there were some fairly lucky rounds from Cloud9, but generally speaking, I think the Swedish team should have got away with more rounds on this first half.
If Cloud9 suddenly pick up the pistol gun, this is real nerve-wracking moments for Fnatic fans.
Yeah.
Well, they lost the pistol in the first half. It was that second round. It was that back and forth early on for the first 4 or 5 rounds. And then Cloud9 went on like a 5 or 6 round winning streak. So once they got that economy stabilized, once again, that's kind of when you see their streaks of rounds won.
They're going straight head on into it, but they are in a great position. JW will find one. Will he get the second? Has to go for the reload, but it doesn't matter. The entire team was spotted. Olofmeister will get one. It's just 1-for-1 trades as they push out, but they're running into a great defensive setup. Pronax, I don't think they realize he's back there. Could pop out the back of them. Will find Sean Gez, gets a tag down on him, and will take him down. And now Skadoodle's attention has been drawn, and Pronax, the in-game leader for Fnatic, causing him problems. Took a shot at his own teammate as well towards the end there, but Shroud now in a just 2v1. Pronax absolutely key there in the restroom.
Honestly, is eerie how similar this round was to the first pistol round. They went 4 people in through connector, 1 person running over towards the playground, then they try and collapse around the restrooms, and Fnatic also have 3 members there, and there's also a lot of missed shots. That was a very, very similar round, and it worked out for Fnatic, which is great news. Now they're right back in the game, and this is pretty much anybody's map to take.
Yeah, the difference is Pronax had that same kind of lurk play that Sean did, the same situation, and Pronax gets it done. So
they're doing it again. They're doing the repeat tactic. This time Sean's been the only man that's been separate. They are, well, Tech9's just the CZ for Skadoodle as well, but they've literally done a rinse and repeat. But this time around, Pronax wasn't in the position to catch them off guard. But we can see, certainly minimap-wise, 4 members of Fnatic are stacked on A site. They're ready for this.
Yeah, but I actually think this is a mistake for Fnatic. They have 3 submachine guns, and they know they're going to be playing Tech9 armor here. I am not a big fan of this. It might work out, but I think they should have gone for some more heavy weaponry here. Olofmeister trying for the jump scout, and if they get close here with the smoke and the grenade, they could try and get the bomb down. Olofmeister with a good headshot,
and another.
More damage being put on through. Sean going to get a kill in return, but Fnatic look like they've got it under control. Shroud has picked up a shot, and Freak is going to be getting a headshot straight onto Olofmeister, and now we are in a 2v2 here, and it's what, an MP7 and a UMP left to try and stop this? Tech9 might almost be more favorable, and there's a headshot from Shroud to pick up the double kill. Now Flusher has to clutch it in a 1v2, and Cloud9, they just rush into this bomb site and get it done. Flusher trying to get close here. Shroud nearly drops him, and Freakazoid is there to pick up a double of his own, and Cloud9 bring it right back. Definitely think that was a misbuy for Fnatic.
Once again, a second round win for Cloud9 after they lose the pistol. That's crazy. And Olaf did so much damage with that jumping scout. For them to win it like that, beautiful shots from Shroud. But that's unreal. Those are rounds you don't see Fnatic lose often.
Crazy, crazy play. And it was just that little burst of momentum that they wrap around. Wow, what a crazy, fantastic stuff. Here we go, though. It's going to be Cloud9 looking towards Monster right now. This time Fnatic going to try a little different. JW's playing the same role that Freakazoid did, but definitely a lot more cautiously while they make this push through Monster. Flush is going to be the man that they see first as they come around, just trying to hide in pit there. Nothing, trying to track him down, trying to race on towards him. They've got to be careful of JW holding around the side. He's going to come flanking on through the smoke. He's going to get right around the back. Oh, but the USP does get one. Should have possibly got them all there. Could have been, it's so easy for him, but instead it is going to be the bomb plant down, and Crim's the last man standing.
Moses, I can't handle this. Oh, guys, Counter-Strike comedy. He failed that smoke so hard.
And it works perfectly.
Yeah, it's like just come straight off the pillar off to the side.
Oh, that is...
Even he's saying it, you can see him saying that smoke. What the hell happened there?
We both immediately started laughing. It just happens to be that JW was in a perfect spot, and even a mistake smoke helps Cloud9 out there. So
Yeah, it's so hard to read for Fnatic to read what Cloud9 are doing, because Cloud9 aren't even really sure themselves. They're just like throw grenades all over the place.
Well, it's going to be for masses all around, and just one P90 for Flusher.
Yeah.
They're going to go aggressive, but it's getting counter-aggressive from Cloud9. They're going to try and find Pronax. They will gun him down. That's going to be the Mac 10 coming out on top. And with that Molly down, they're forced away from this one. The bomb has yet to be moved into a site, but it's Fnatic that are going looking for the kills.
Well, here's the biggest issue is that Fnatic, when they go to man down, much unlike Cloud9, what we saw in the first half, Fnatic just gets aggressive. They've pop-flashed Olofmeister up. Now he's in playground, and he spots absolutely no one. So he has all the intelligence you see. Fnatic members rotating over towards the B bomb site.
And this is what I was trying to say earlier that I wanted Cloud9 to do, but they had the problem that they had the double up setup, so it was even more difficult for them to actually make this push. But Olaf is playing this so well at the moment, and they still have a decent chance. Fnatic and also Cloud9, they're back on the SMGs as well. They're really not going to let go of these submachine guns.
I think they're going to go through connector to... Hey, hello, Skadoodle. Manages to get JW. That may change things up yet. Sean's already chosen to go there. But Crims and Flusher are ready and waiting around the corner for Sean Gares and Freakazoid to pop around this corner. Olofmeister's making the wraparound. Is he going to get the vision? I think he should be able to catch a glimpse of Skadoodle. Didn't quite get the shot down on him. And they will get into sight, but he's just going to push straight through. Skadoodle's not looking. He's not expecting this one. Should be an easy kill, but Skadoodle just spins around and takes Olaf down. I have no idea how he managed to land that shot. Flusher, though, still down in pit, will get dropped. And it is 12-7 for Cloud9 here. They have converted this T side very well, starting off and getting 3 rounds back-to-back now.
I've never seen two teams play this many rounds where it's down to such ridiculous clutches. All throughout this Overpass map, it's been completely back and forth. I can't believe they actually come out of a round like that.
That was such a scary situation. Olaf played that perfectly, did everything right, and Skadoodle still spins and gets that kill onto him. 3 kills for Skadoodle. He even opens up that B bomb site with a nice headshot, but that's what they need. That's the kind of play they need out of him.
Olaf's tried to push up aggressively, but Cloud9 have sat passively expecting this, and they will catch him. This time, not going so aggressive. JW landed some good shots onto Sean Gares, but didn't get the frag. And that will hop him away. Pronax, look how deep he's going. Is he going to go up the ladder? Is he going to try and catch and wrap around behind him? Skadoodle's actually sat waiting for this as well. So, a very patient start from Cloud9 in this round.
Yeah, look how far back they still are. Just set up a line. They haven't made any kind of progress on the map whatsoever, so this is actually going to eat a lot of time off the clock if Fnatic can get a good read, because they have so many angles, so many different places they need to clear as they move up long, as they move into the bathrooms.
Yeah, I'm fine with this as long as they don't leave it down to the last 10 or 15 seconds. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind if they go around the 25-second mark, then I think it's all good. They even leave nothing behind here to make sure no one's backstabbing. It's also a very cool move, and they have the manpower to do it anyway. So
Freakazoid's peeled to connector as well, so they've got every angle covered off. They're not going to get caught out backstab like obviously worked out well for them. Well, Shroud was in a similar position before and managed to get himself a triple, but the bomb plant will come in. It's Shroud that's going to be the man that places it. And it's going to have to be trying to stand a retake. Nothing. Oh, he just looked away. Pronax is coming around the back of him at party. Should catch him off guard. And that may give him an AK. Now, if Pronax can pick this up and cause a problem, Freakazoid and Sean Gares' attention has been drawn there. And that leaves it in a 2-on-3 on site.
Yeah, I think Pronax with that AK is just going to stick around, try and get some exit kills, try and deal some economic damage. Not really a whole lot of realistic opportunity in this round for Fnatic to get in and get the defuse.
Shroud and Sean are both very low on health here, so they are candidates to fall before the round is done here, but they're actually all going to make it out of the bomb radius, and Pronax is going to be the last man back here, and no one's even going to come look for him. So, yeah, Cloud9 winning the round. Oh, they do lose one more member at the end there, but otherwise, pretty decent. And because they played a couple of the last rounds with SMGs, even though they are losing a bunch of members in these rounds, they're actually still doing pretty well. And that's also one of the reasons why we're seeing the current metagame switch a little bit more towards the terrorist side, because those SMGs give you so much money to work with.
Can I just point out, it is 13-7 to Cloud9 right now.
Yeah,
they
what's
are
going on
looking
here?
at a potential 2-1 lead over Fnatic in this best of 5. You know, American teams are not meant to win best of 5s or best of 3s. But as it stands, Cloud9 are actually really impressive in this final. Fnatic's Jimmies have been very much rustled in the start of this one. And it's been down to very, very close rounds. You know, obviously we talked about on Cash how many one-on-ones Fnatic were winning. This time around, Cloud9 kind of have been picking them up, getting those trades, getting those even trades in there. But with JW getting that opening frag onto Shroud, that's certainly going to slow things down. And Fnatic, if they can get a little bit of momentum on the CT side, will become very hard for Cloud9 to read. Nothing's creeping on through into B site right now. Unseen, I believe. Flush is the man that's down there. Just off the side, he needed to land that opener. And that's going to be an easy one for Flusher. Are they going to rotate? Looks like Crims is heading that way, and we can see on the minimap that's not where the bomb is.
You're not allowed to play a position that well as like Nothing did and then fail it right when you get to the kill.
Yeah.
That definitely should be an easy kill there. Now they kind of have to walk in towards this bomb site. 25 seconds left, and in fact, as they're getting smoked off, they might as well give it up and fall back. They can't do anything here. So, wow, that should have been an opening for Nothing back there. And if he had opened up, they could have probably walked into the A bomb site and met just one person.
Yeah, that changes the whole landscape if he gets that kill. You see the rotations would come in from the A bomb site, but Fnatic, what's interesting to me is JW gets that kill along, falls back, and then actually it's Olaf and it's Crims who get aggressive in towards bathroom. They set up a nice crossfire, just waiting for someone from Cloud9 to try and push up to cut him off. And then they as well fall back. So it's a very dynamic Fnatic defense at the moment, making mid-round calls as a team to switch things up and switch the look they're giving Cloud9.
So, I mean, nothing is decided yet. Even with the lead here that Cloud9 are enjoying, it could go either way. And Fnatic starting to get a little bit on the board here at the second half, and it's still only the third map. So, I mean, either way, this grand final is going to continue. But if Fnatic also lose Overpass, I think then it starts to get a little bit scary, actually.
Look at this little turret setup that they've got. Olafmeister got on a good angle, peeking over the side there. Very aggressive setup from Fnatic. A lot of information gathered from all of the positions all across the map. JW was pushed fairly deep down long. He's backed himself up a bit now. They were all up in restrooms as well, so all that little spray, little fact-finding has given them enough to passively back away and maybe receive this bomb. But looking at the minimap, it has been adjusted. Sean Gers has called for a little change of direction. Freakazoid going the long way around here, while two of his members look to go through connector. They don't want to go through that connector door, do they? They're going to go all the way around to Monster.
Yeah, they're just trying to be safe. And then they're clearing everything out for him. Skadoodle's still lurking over towards long, trying to get a pick with this AWP, playing kind of that way Olaf did, separate from his entire squad, but not being as aggressive.
Speaking of Olaf, he was just down in B, and now he's actually rotating back up to A. If Skadoodle can keep 3 people in A, that's going to be huge. Pronax goes down now. Flush is the only one there, and Olafmeister trying to get back in quick, but Flusher has to stay alive. He gets one, keeps spraying. Olafmeister showing up to help out and dropping Sean as well. As before he goes down, and Flusher with a shot to the face, he's going to be dropped by Freakazoid. Grenade in, but it won't kill anybody. It's going to be a 2v3 retake here for Fnatic and Cloud9. All they have to do is not show themselves, and this retake is going to be monstrously hard for the Fnatic team. Bomb ticking away inside. They're out of grenades on this Fnatic side, and Freakazoid goes for the fight and ends up dropping Skadoodle. Smoked out for a minute, but it's going to clear before Fnatic get to it, so I don't think that smoke's going to be the biggest issue. Jordan has to stay alive in the back lines here. Flashbang on over Skadoodle. Is he going to see it? Nothing goes down. He's going to miss the no-scope. Is he going to get a second chance? He misses it. God. And Fnatic go for the retake, and I think they're going to have enough time as well. There it is. Crims with the defuse. That was very unlikely, and a round that Cloud9 shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, it happened on Cash a couple times. Just a couple players getting antsy and you know, Freakazoid taking that fight, committing to it. I mean, if you want to shoulder peek, take a pop shot and see if you can get something lucky, but get the information. They weren't pushing on him, so he was safe to be in that bomb site. And that early kill that gives it into a 2-on-2 puts a lot of pressure on Skadoodle with the op at an awkward angle.
That's, you know, they're rounds you shouldn't be losing. They're the ones you got to look back at. And at a 13-9 score, you know, if they were to maybe not pick this up, their bank is broken. Suddenly Cloud9 are in trouble. You're at 13-10. You're probably at 13-12 at the end of that. Suddenly, you may even lose the map just based off them single rounds.
Well, the good news is this is the second round in a row that Sean's been able to open things up for him in the bathroom, but Crims and JW getting aggressive. JW still just holding long. They not only equalize, but they give themselves a man advantage.
Oh no, he saw that, and the jump, easy kill there for JW. He spotted the gun barrel on the first jump, and when the second or third attempt came through, it was easy pickings.
At the moment, Skadoodle has managed to recover that bomb, and it's just him and Sean in a 2-on-4. Ironically, this is only Flusher. I was going to say only Flusher over on B. It's unusual that they've stacked 3 on there, but Pronex choosing to make the rotate. Sean has to land basically a great opener as he comes around, and that flash was right in his face. Let's see if he Can try and get something. Does manage to get him and sprays him down. Skadoodle gets in there. They are going to get the plant in, but well, Pronex catches Sean coming. Oh, Skadoodle is going to get wrapped around. CZ in the back from JW and an easy defuse. And now we're at 13-10. Now Cloud9 are broke. They're going to have to go for a save.
Yep.
And that is going to get this game very close.
Yeah, and it comes down to that 3-on-2 they lose. I mean, those are rounds, if you want to close out Fnatic, you cannot give them those windows.
They're going to force?
No.
No, they...
No.
Oh,
they are. That's risky. That's literally a
with the Mac 10 on Shroud as well. That's interesting.
They only got 2 kills in that last round. The 3 members of Fnatic surviving. So if they got like, 3 or 4 kills, maybe I would have understood the force here. But it seems to me a fairly big risk. Look at the control Fnatic have on the map here with Crims and everyone else.
Look at the read.
Yeah, checking everything out. Fnatic knows so much.
They've got 4 members all around this B side. They're expecting this. Maybe they're expecting eco from it. I don't know, but
yeah, I think that's exactly it. They were expecting a save as well, so they piled up onto the B bomb site to avoid some kind of fast Tech 9 play from Cloud9. You can see everyone else is rotated back, but Flusha getting that kill is huge. If he had gone down, the entire B bomb site is open. Now they can smoke off the choke points, give time for rotations, and look, they're even getting aggressive at the bathrooms over towards A bomb site.
Sean's going to be the only man at connector to try and keep them at bay, and Cloud9 with that one man down have pretty much been stopped by that single smoke and Flusha keeping them at bay. Sean, I believe, just tossed out that smoke at bathrooms.
Oh.
This is still awkward. It's still only a 2-man on B defense. They've actually gone real aggressive on restrooms, like you said before, JW and Olaf. Pronex actually going all the way around to long. Sean, well, nothing's going to go down. Flusha's playing huge over on B side. Gets himself a triple so far. He can actually pick up Moya. They're going to try and go for the plant. Doesn't matter. Crims comes around, picks himself up a quick double. And suddenly this game is much closer. 13-7, I think was the score. 7-13-8 at one point, and it was looking like Cloud9 were going to cruise to a 2-1 victory start here. But now after forcing that last round, they're going to have to go for some sort of upgraded pistol here. And that could well be taking this to a rifle round and almost a game breaker at 13-13.
Honestly, a lot of credit to Flusha for essentially winning that round for Fnatic. He's also doing extremely well at 25 kills, and yeah, that's obviously very important at the moment. Fnatic should be able to clean this round up, although Shroud will get a good Deagle headshot in and is looking for a bit more. I'm not sure why they keep challenging over it long. I'm pretty sure they could just play it cool here. But in the meantime, Olaf Meister's going to be picking up Skadoodle, and Fnatic slowly calming down a bit in this round, although nothing is also doing some work here. Fnatic, they shouldn't be losing too many members in a round like this. They really need to keep everyone alive.
Yeah, it's just Shroud alive. A pause has been called out by Sean as well, so that should be coming out. And at 13-12, well, how do Cloud9 just change their momentum, change what is going on? They've got enough to buy everything up, so that's not going to be a problem. It's more about tactics. At the moment, they've just not been able to get on the sites.
It's coming down to Fnatic having complete map control. Cloud9 not being able to wrestle it away. When Fnatic gets aggressive, like out towards bathrooms or out towards long, you have to be able to push it back without losing people. Because you can see on that force buy round they had, where they had a set strategy. They wanted to hit the B bomb site, so they had no map control over towards A. And what it does is that allows Fnatic to either rotate more players over, and if the hit is somewhat successful, they even have a fast flank down the stairs up towards short. It gives them so many options on their defense.
Pause still in effect right now, and yeah, Sean's talking a lot to his team, you can tell. I mean, if they can sort of emulate what Fnatic are so good at, which is taking a pause and then winning a couple of crucial rounds here, it's definitely possible. They've been doing some good damage in these rounds where they haven't had too much equipment. So Fnatic can definitely be forced to eco if that's what it's going to come down to here. A lot of focus on the Fnatic side as well. 13-12. It could absolutely go either way.
Yeah, and it's got to go back to that force spike call that we were all caught off guard by. Mac 10 onto Shroud, just a set strategy out of spawn. They didn't have the utility to do any kind of pokes or prods, so they had to do something like that. And I mean, that's firmly given control. Fnatic, look at JW. He's got $11,000. They have the full economic control of this match at the moment.
Well, here we go then. It's going to be Skadoodle that needs to maybe make something count, because Fnatic have been getting the entries, the openers, every single round of the last 3 or 4 running. Skadoodle's going to be the man that looks down connector now. Olafmeister is down there. I wonder if he's going to go aggressive and peek it. He's going to go across instead. Shroud and Freakazoid kind of caught in the open here through the tunnels. Pronex should be able to find him as he passes on through. Does catch the leg there. Freakazoid, though, got Olaf down. So it's just a 4-on-4. Keeps things steady. And Cloud9 have decided to go a bit more passive here. They backed right away. Sean Gares and Skadoodle all the way back towards T-spawn.
I mean, technically a good trade for Cloud9. Just a bit of a shame because it looked like almost Frikasoy could have made it out of there. He sort of ran back into the spray. Not necessarily sure he could have known that. JW gonna miss a shot there and another one. And we'll try and actually stay aggressive up here. Pronax is covering him as well from the connector, so he knows no one's going to be peeking that angle. So pretty good stuff so far. And right now, Cloud9 are wasting a lot of time worrying about where Fnatic are hanging out. You can see they're only sort of halfway across the map with 40 seconds left. And they have to check all these spots before they even think about it. So Fnatic are doing a great job just right now wasting what little time Cloud9 have left.
It goes down to Cloud9 not establishing any map control. It's a great trade, but it doesn't gain him anything. And still, 25 seconds left. They have so long to get into this site, and Crims is rotated over now.
Nobody really looking towards long. Crims is there. Nothing's going to catch JW off. Pronax is still behind them. Crims is on site. He's going to be the man that has to slow them up. Tries to get rattled down through the smoke. Not going to work out. Pronax does come around the back of restrooms. Gets the planter down, but this time Shroud does manage to respond. Gets a second onto Flusher. Crims causing problems, but the bomb plant is in, and it's a 2-on-1. Crims manages to find the shot. Gets the tag, Sean Gares low. Skadoodle misses the shot from long, but this is a perfect plan, a perfect setup. Crims has to challenge and has to come out on top in this 2-on-1. And he's not going to work out. Skadoodle will land the shot. And that was a sigh of relief for Cloud9 there as they take it to 14-12.
There were 100 different ways that Cloud9 could have and should have lost this round. And Fnatic, instead of playing around the bomb plant and saying, we'll wait until they're putting down the bomb and then we'll go and crush them, they took some fights early on and they missed a couple of headshots at the end there as well. Unreal. 14-12. Another round that Cloud9 probably shouldn't have won and still ended up winning. This is quite impressive.
And actually, you know, Fnatic have just caught the pause and they must be thinking the same things. Like, we should not have lost that round. Yeah. What just happened, guys? And we talked about the Fnatic pauses previously. They suddenly come and pick up a couple of rounds. That's exactly what they're looking to do now because they're just one round away from that point.
Yeah, that round just came down towards that gambling style that JW likes to have. He likes to make those aggressive plays. It looked like they might have had a call or a read that it was going to be a B hit, and he pushed up very aggressively to try and get a quick flank, and that's what nothing got the kill, and then it isolates Crims in bank, and they're hitting him from two different angles, so almost able to pull it out with that Pronax flank. The fact that he did not kill the planter was amazing, and so Cloud9 did really, like you said, they could have lost that in so many different ways, and they got away with one a little bit.
Honestly, but I still want to come back to the idea that Cloud9 can't. I mean, it works this time, but if they try and play around like this, where they're down to 20 seconds by the time they push the bomb site, 9 times out of 10 they're going to end up losing it. And a bit of a switch up style here on the Cloud9 side, as you actually do go for a double up setup on the terrace side of the map. It's a bit unusual.
Which slows things down on its own because you want to give time for those ops to find the picks.
Well, we'll see how it works out for them. It is JW with the AWP of his own. Flusher with that M4, and they've gone for pretty much the same defensive setup they just had in the previous round, actually. It's worked out well for them for the last couple of rounds, so maybe that's what they decided after that chat. It's like, you know what, guys, we did manage to pick up a whole bunch of rounds. Let's stick to this, let's stick to that tactic. JW is going to get a little peek at long. They kind of left long exposed for a long period of time there. Olofmeister and Crims have actually boosted at restrooms, which is helping Olofmeister to get early information, and he should catch a glimpse of Sean Gares in a moment. JW is not going to find him. He's just going to walk straight into party, and it's Sean that will go down. That's one of the orbs.
Yeah, that's Fnatic just being aggressive early on, getting that man advantage. Cloud9, one thing, Skadoodle legs it, but one thing Cloud9's not doing that Fnatic actually did is smoke off that first entrance to the bathroom. Yeah. That means you don't have to worry about an opera playing from that angle whatsoever.
Well, look at all these smokes raining in. Actually, Cloud9 going to go a lot faster this time. They're not going to wait until there's 20 seconds. Olofmeister in a great position, and Crims will pick up a kill before he goes down. Did he spot the gun barrel? I think he did. Freak! He's 1 second away from getting that kill, but not going to work out. He ends up dropping in. Crims with a very... Flusher with a very good round at the end here. Once again, getting a couple of exit frags, and it's going to be 14-13. And we are closing in on the end of this map here. 28th round coming up.
It's just going to be pistols. It's got to be for Cloud9. And that could take it to 14-14, barring any amazing eco round here. We are going to be going the distance, I feel, in this one. It is going to be a fast B play this time around. Flusher's going to be the man that will smoke off Monster. Actually, quick flash there. Doesn't smoke it. Chooses to get a glimpse towards there. Freakazer's going to come around. He's been flashed out himself. He's going to be important, though. They went to a fast plant. They didn't check Toxic. And well, it will be cleared out in the end, but the damage was absolutely done. They're not going to be able to get the plant down here either. Shroud does go aggressive. He's going to have to come out huge in this one, but instead doesn't manage to land his shots, fluffs his lines. SCII just goes for the fast plant. If he's allowed to get this in, that's going to be nice for them. Just gets him that little extra cash. We are all square, 14-14.
Actually huge.
Yeah.
Two of the members here on Cloud9 would have had a really hard time buying if not for that bomb plant. Now they have it, they can continue to fight. So it makes a really big difference for Cloud9 to get the bomb plant down. I thought for a moment they were about to let it go. Yeah, so nothing would have been below AK range, for instance, in money. And Freak could have got AK, but no grenades at all. So it would have been a little bit tricky. We're 14-14, the score is tied, and I don't know who's going to run away with this. Also, 30 kills on Flusher, quite impressive.
Yeah, the scary part for me is that the last the rounds have been 7. The last 7 have been won by Fnatic. 7-1 in rounds in the last 8. So Cloud9 really not having a great feel for this T side so far. This could help if Freakazoid can find that, and he does onto Pronex, but JW is going to equalize it immediately down Monster. And he's even going to find a second on Freakazoid from short.
Even got a little boost into pit as well. I'm not sure he was expecting to try to back away there, but that's definitely hampered Cloud9. And now they're actually considering their options. JW wasn't meant to get the double in their entry there. Now they need to try and find something else after Freakazoid started things off so well for them. SCII hasn't really been able to find any angles with this AWP.
JW has been amazing for Fnatic on this defense. Ever since he picked up that AWP, he's been getting picks everywhere he went. He's been whittling down the forces of Cloud9 before they can get into a bomb site.
Oh, so nice. The counter boost on there. Just caught a glimpse of him from Sniper. And well, that almost certainly has shut this round down for Cloud9. And that actually, economy-wise, is going to cause some problems for them. I'm not too sure what they're going to come out with in the next round. It's going to be Tech9's potentially. Oh, JW lands the tricky ones, misses the easy ones. And instead, just 4-on-2, nothing in Shroud with just 25 seconds to go.
Honestly, his feel for this game is so scary, isn't it? Even when he's not hitting the shots, you get a feeling he just might anyway here. It's going to end up going down, but still a very wonderful triple kill from JW in that round. And one of the shots that went through the wood panel was, I think, I'm not sure if you could see the top of his head, but he definitely shot through the panels as well and got the kill on him. Then it's 15-14 map point for Fnatic. Great comeback, honestly, from the Swedish team. They've been playing this really well. And think about how many rounds from Cloud9 looked unwinnable, where they sort of clutched it anyway. If some of those rounds go to Fnatic, it's a very different map altogether.
It's been an incredible comeback. You look at the last 8 rounds, and it's been 7-1 to Fnatic. 8-1, in fact, in total lies 9 rounds. Oh, they're going to try and push on through. They've already got the turret set up here. Olaf must have got all the information he needed. That grenade being tossed out will do some damage, but this is just Fnatic closing out in style. It was so close. At one time, it was almost certainly, it should have been Cloud9's map. It had to have been Cloud9's map, but Fnatic, with all the experience they have, do take it 2-1 on Overpass. With Dustu coming up next, they are just 1 map away from victory.
Oh, wow. I mean, I don't know. We could probably spend a couple of weeks analyzing this one map just to look at all the ways in which things could have played out slightly differently. You know, any one of those clutches working unfair of Fnatic instead, and we could be looking at a 16-12 scoreline instead, where it looks a little bit more comfortable. And Cloud9, if they just play some of those after plants a little bit better, if they're a little bit less aggressive, they might actually win the map instead.
Just think back, I mean, 16-14, think back to that 2v3. That would have easily flipped that score the other way around. A 2v3 that they should have won. They had the plant down, they had the setup, but individual skill, you know, working out wonders for Fnatic.
Yeah, at 13-7, this is going to be a map that Cloud9 looks back on and is just in disgust that they ended up losing it. And it came down to, once JW got that up, complete control of Long A, complete control of bathrooms for his team, and that like it trained Cloud9 to just play so incredibly passive and waste so much time early on in those rounds. He was a beast, and he influenced their terror side more than Cloud9 was able to. They were able to have no impact in that 10-1 stretch.
In the same vein, you could also look back at, say, the 5-7 from Shroud that Triple E got and holding the site and then running for his life. You know, there were also rounds that Fnatic absolutely should have won but didn't.
Yeah, I agree, and we saw some strange signs of Fnatic actually sort of forgetting how to play some fairly basic Counter-Strike. They had a couple of rounds where Cloud9 were very, very low on the clock, and Fnatic tried to fight them before the bomb even went down, which they could have avoided. They could have waited for Cloud9 to get in there and use the clock against them. But I mean, this is also the pressure of having grand finals. This is why it's fun to watch these best-of-5 games, because even at the top level, people start making more and more mistakes, and it becomes a bit of an endurance battle about who can actually hold on the longest. And Fnatic have way more experience than Cloud9 do right now at that.
Still a very, very tight game, no doubt about it. 2-1, 16-14. The final score on Overpass. What will it be? Will it be Cloud9 taking it to 5 maps, or will it be 3-1 for Fnatic? Find out in a few moments, guys. Dust 2 is coming up.